It's happening again. Another citizen shot down in the streets of Minneapolis by agents of the state and are defended by the protectors and the guardians of the Constitution, allegedly. It would seem under this regime, your right to live depends on how you voted. I didn't say this. This was alluded to by the President of the United States, who, after giving comments on Renee Good's murder a couple of weeks back, went out of his way to bemoan the fact that he hoped Renee Good's parents would still vote for him or remain Republicans. And if they didn't, that, my friends, would be the true tragedy.
I felt horribly when I was told that the young woman who was had a tragedy. It's a tragedy. It's a horrible thing. Everybody would say it. ICE would say the same thing. But when I learned her parents and her father in particular I hope he still is, but I don't know, was a tremendous Trump fan. He was all for Trump, loved Trump.
The president now says he can see, quote, both sides of Good's death, which has sparked continued protests against immigration agents in Minneapolis.
Not that this young woman lost her fucking life, but the real tragedy would be if her parents, after seeing their daughter shot in the street, murdered by agents of the state, if they would denounce their allegiance to Trump and the Republicans. You cannot make this shit up. Yet, 2 weeks later, here we are. Alex Pretty, a man who is serving his community in the form of an ICU nurse at the local VA. The VA, which this same Republican Party claims to be the protector of. A true hero, if you ask me. But his crime, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, was he was a liberal. He was an anti-ICE protester. God forbid, he was also someone who believed in the Second Amendment right to bear arms in an open carry state, which, by all accounts, this is what the GOP and Republicans cherish, even above human life. Again, don't take my word for it. Look at all the school shootings or the mass murders in the United States of America at the hands of deranged gunmen. And look at what the GOP says after all these shootings. Well, thoughts and prayers. However, we cannot infringe on people's rights or people's right to bear arms. This is the sacred Second fucking Amendment. It shall not be infringed upon. Yet, yesterday, we heard how dare this man bear arms at a protest. How dare this man bear arms, Alex Pretty, at an environment or in an environment where ICE officials are conducting lawful operations, targeted legal operations, if I may. In 2020, Kyle Rittenhouse turned up at a Kenosha rally with an AR-15 strapped across his shoulders, agitated the crowd who were protesting the killing by the police of a young protester. And when his agitation was acted upon by the crowd and responded to by the crowd, he opened fire, killing a couple of those protesters. He was hailed as a hero by the right. Commendations, recognitions. He even got a job, high-profile job, as a right-wing commentator. And we were asked to respect the 17-year-old's right to bear arms, even though he was illegally doing so. The president himself, this same president, the GOP, right-wing commentators, everyone on that side vociferously defended Kyle Rittenhouse's right to bear arms. Alex Pretty was murdered, shot multiple times, even with his lifeless body on the ground, with a concealed weapon in a state that allows concealed carry. He was legally able to carry said weapon. At no time did he brandish this weapon a la Kyle Rittenhouse. And he was still disarmed, pushed to the ground, shot in the back, and slaughtered again in the streets of Minneapolis. Now, at some point, the dam has to break. At some point, this buffoonery, this fuckery has to stop. Thankfully, we are seeing some cracks in the dam. We are seeing, even on right-wing media, there are cracks appearing in the seams. The NRA, which is the National Rifle Association, which defends the right-wing agenda, has come out in defense of this man's right to carry and not be labeled a domestic terrorist. The GOP candidate for governor in Minnesota has withdrawn from the race, citing his inability to continue to represent the GOP or even be a Republican. His conscience, he said, wouldn't allow him to.
But today, I announced the end of my campaign. I have two primary reasons for this decision. Number one, I cannot support the National Republican's stated retribution on the citizens of our state, nor can I count myself a member of a party that would do so. But Operation Metro Surge has expanded far beyond its stated focus on true public safety threats. United States citizens, particularly those of color, live in fear. United States citizens are carrying papers to prove their citizenship. That's wrong. ICE has authorized its agents to raid homes using a civil warrant that need only be signed by a Border Patrol agent. That's unconstitutional and it's wrong.
GOP members of Congress are now showing a willingness to bring these public officials to rein in and to possibly bring impeachment proceedings against these public officials. And in a rare show of, oh fuck, this could be trouble. There are now reports that Greg Bovino, the Nazi interpreter, Kristen Noem, and quite possibly Stephen Miller's heads could be on the chopping block. Now, this is what public pressure does. This is what public condemnation, this is what never giving in to fascism, never giving in to state terror, never giving in to a state's ability to run rampant crime against its citizens. This is what it looks like. Rest in peace to Alex Preddy. Rest in peace to Miss Good. Rest in peace to all the people who have been murdered or due to negligence died in this fascist crackdown. A crackdown that the Supreme Court, mind you, has allowed, explicitly stated, and given ICE the power to target people based on their ethnicity. Nothing lasts forever. Worse yet, tyranny. Keep the pressure. Keep your fucking feet on their necks. Minneapolis, Chicago, Los Angeles, and wherever these despots rear their fucking heads. We didn't come this far to go back that far. Someone will be left behind. Something will be left behind. But rest assured, it won't be us and the progress that we have made as a people, as a citizenry, and as a country. Icons.
This is it TV. Icon Talk, where the icons talk.